The story of the British royal family's division centers around one of its deepest splits, the prolonged rift between Prince William and Kate Middleton on one side, and Prince Harry and Meghan Markle on the other. This fracture has evolved into a modern symbol of a family break unprecedented in the monarchy's history. While sibling rivalry isn't uncommon, the emotional and ideological divide between William and Harry, rooted in a shared past marked by their mother's tragic loss, has left two futures for the monarchy, each with its own sense of legacy and expectation. Speculations on succession and legacy. A question looms amid these tensions. Could the rift result in a formal removal of Harry and Meghan from the royal line of succession? Such a step would mark an extraordinary shift in royal protocol, echoing the monarchy's struggle to adapt its traditional framework to meet modern scrutiny and evolving family dynamics. Currently, British succession laws are strict, changing only for matters of religion or significant legal violations. In other words, barring some drastic shift, both Harry and his children remain in line, even as Meghan and he have continued to distance themselves from their royal roles. But royal insiders have hinted that William and Kate have reached an acceptance of this division, with no expectation of a resolution anytime soon. Even so, altering the line of succession would necessitate formal and potentially controversial steps that might stir public backlash and further complicate the family's public image. Megxit and escalating estrangement. Tensions first escalated with Megxit in 2020 when Harry and Meghan announced their decision to step down from senior royal duties, a decision that reportedly blindsided William and Kate. In interviews following this departure, Harry described feeling trapped within the monarchy's confines, a stark contrast to his elder brother, who had always embraced royal duties as a way of life. This candid expression of personal anguish resonated with many, but it also drove a wedge within the family, with William perceiving Harry's discontent as an affront to a duty-bound family tradition. For those observing from afar, it became evident that this family division wasn't merely a temporary dispute, but a lasting ideological separation. William and Kate have since largely accepted that this rift may be permanent, reinforcing their focus on the line of succession and their roles within a streamlined monarchy under King Charles III. The costs of speculation and public backlash. Removing Harry and Meghan from the line of succession would not only be legally challenging but also a risky move in terms of public opinion. For many, the Sussexes have come to represent a modernized face of royalty, one that resonates particularly with a younger, global audience. Public support for Harry and Meghan in the US and parts of the Commonwealth is significant, and a harsh rebuke from the monarchy could alienate that demographic. In fact, any action that might be perceived as punitive against the Sussexes could harm the monarchy's efforts to maintain a stable image. This scrutiny is only intensified by the global influence of social media, where every new revelation is dissected, escalating the family's conflict to a global level and constantly keeping the public invested in the royal family's every move. Independent paths. The Sussexes' life beyond the monarchy. Harry and Meghan's new life in the United States has taken on an entirely different form, far removed from the protocols of royalty. Their focus has shifted to media ventures, advocacy work, and charitable initiatives, which they manage independently of royal obligations. In choosing this path, they demonstrate a commitment to self-determined projects, seeking a role that resonates on their terms. But as their successes and missteps are publicly magnified, they often seem inextricably tied to their former titles, despite their attempts to carve out a distinctly different public image. From media interviews to charitable endeavors, they seek to establish an impactful life away from the shadow of the monarchy, even as lingering ties and titles keep them tied to the monarchy in the public eye. The monarchy's tightrope. King Charles III's image management strategy. For King Charles III, the family divide and public interest in the Sussexes' story poses a complex challenge. Charles's vision is to modernize and streamline the monarchy, but distancing it too far from Harry and Meghan risks appearing cold and unyielding, a reminder of the late Queen's challenges during similar family conflicts. For now, Charles seems to be treading carefully, aware of the enduring popularity of Harry and Meghan in certain circles. Some insiders speculate that while the Sussexes' exit has strained relations, Charles still sees potential to balance family unity with his vision for a more focused monarchy. This careful balancing act reveals the precariousness of modern royal life, in which upholding tradition must constantly contend with public expectations and media scrutiny. Legal and emotional complexities. While speculation over the Sussexes' removal from the line of succession persists, it's crucial to note the legal and parliamentary hurdles such a decision would entail. The existing laws of succession are grounded in deep historical precedents, and any attempt to change these would likely face prolonged debate and opposition. Nonetheless, this ongoing drama underscores a broader question of loyalty, duty, and modernity within the royal family. The British monarchy's struggle to redefine itself and address family disputes in an era of unprecedented public exposure has left it standing at a crossroads: adapt and embrace, or resist and risk further fracture. In the end, the royal family's efforts to navigate these turbulent waters will likely set a precedent for future generations.